It's time for the Ravagers to rise once again to glory with a new captain, Taserface!
Spider-Man 2 is an absolute masterpiece. The city feels so alive. The graphics are breathtaking. And the story is better than anything I have ever seen before. I know this video is kind of late since just about everybody's already voiced their opinions, but I feel like that gave me more of an ability to hear both sides, from the people who hate this game to the people who wish they could unhinge their jaws so they could fit more Insomniac peen in their mouth. And I gotta say that after putting in 25 hours, which is surprisingly way longer than most people, I think both sides are right, but not in the ways you think. My take on this game is kind of weird. The gameplay is without a doubt the biggest strong suit of this game, and is by far the best gameplay in a Spider-Man game ever. And if you disagree with that, then you're just blinded by nostalgia. Insomniac did a great job giving Peter parkour more swing animations, because in the first Spider-Man game he was just missing something. But now you can see by the way he leaps off of rooftops and flips backwards to face the camera before falling into a headfirst dive is just full of the exaggerated swagger of a middle-aged white guy. And it's not just the swing animations. I think for as much hate as the combat system gets for being spongy, they did a pretty good job making it feel a little bit more smooth than the previous games by adding a parry and a bunch of new abilities. But there is one thing that I have been trying to come to a decision on, and that is, do I think the game utilizes 100% of the PS5's power? And honestly, I don't think it does. Like, sometimes the game will look amazing, and then other times it looks pretty average compared to most games these days. And I noticed that the game only looks amazing when it's raining, which is literally the go-to for GTA graphic overhaul mods, where they just make LA look like it was hit with a tsunami. But it's not just the graphics. I noticed that the whole "the city feels more alive" statement just isn't true. Like, sure, there's more cars and people, but in Spider-Man Miles Morales, there's this feature where if you're chasing a car, the police would be too. And after you stop the car, they would start acting like police. But in Spider-Man 2, they're pretty much just non-existent along with every other Avenger. Now let's talk about the most beloved feature in the game, the MJ missions.
Dude, I don't even need to I don't even need to do this stealthy, dude. I just run in.
I heard almost entirely negative things about these missions, but in my experience, they were probably the most enjoyable moments in the game. Like, I remember thinking that people were just overreacting to the one-hit takedowns, since all stealth takedowns are one hit. But then I realized that this stealth mission didn't have to be a stealth mission.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous. What the fuck? Okay.
And real quick before I get off the gameplay, I feel like I just need to say that Peter Parker is constantly talking to himself non-stop, and it gets extremely repetitive. And the things that he says are just painfully unfunny.
Before we get down to business, there's something I have to tell you. I'm fresh out of honey.
I think it says something about your writing when the only times I laughed were MJ missions and ragdoll physics.
Mr. Jemidun, what you doing with you? Mr. Jemidun! Dude, look at him go.
The story in Spider-Man 2 is really just average, and that might be because I'm spoiled from the Spider-Verse movies, or I've seen the Spider-Man concept done 1,000 times, but I feel like it really just came down to bad writing and sometimes bad pacing.
A full third of the food you eat every day comes from crops carnivorous bee wolf. So, we developed an innovative way to help the bees. Want to see how?
I don't care, dude. What?
With the population growing and the climate changing
What is
unpredictably,
with these
we need
slideshows,
to
dude? I
adapt more
don't
quickly
care.
than nature normally would.
God damn it, dude. Another slideshow.
I've left you a bunch of voicemail messages all morning. Where are you?
Listen, I can't make it.
Well, we haven't even set a time yet. You know, if you listened to the voicemail, you'd know that this is just a feeler call to check your temperature on schedule.
I'm not sitting through another slideshow about ball cancer.
Listen, pal, I'm alive today because of early detection, all right?
It just feels like the characters that are actually interesting don't get enough attention, like Kraven. He's constantly looking for a worthy opponent and basically kills a bunch of Spider-Man's villains looking for one, but he does it off screen. And I remember hearing someone say that it would have been way cooler to actually play as Kraven when killing all of these villains, but instead he's pretty much in the background, and the whole time you play the game, he's just a name, until he finally finds a worthy opponent. MJ.
It's just so fun.
One more thing I gotta say that got progressively more obnoxious, and that is how every character is constantly virtue signaling and apologizing.
Remember your book? You said you want to help people!
Nobody read it! That's not true. If I helped one person, it was worth it.
Shut up. Shut up.
I'm sorry I caused you so much pain! The house! My job! Our life together! I promised you I'd be better, but I wasn't! I should have listened!
It's funny that I'm like complimenting her and telling her how right she is while I beat the shit out of her.
You did it!
I did it. I did it.
Wait. Not yet.
You slayed, Queen. Gosh, I love you.
Where are you with my apple fritters? I'm starving. And
Jonah, kiss my ass.
Jonah,
Quit.
I quit.
You're so cool.
Oh, you're so cool, dude. Gosh, I just want to suck your toes.
I thought I'd lost you.
You're my queen. You're my everything.
I think I've been lost for a while now.
I love you.
Not just to the symbiote. For months
I love you, Mary
Be
Jane.
something I'm
Stupid. It's pointless. And then you get this ridiculous scene where he's like worshipping her and like calling her a queen and senpai, you know, like it's just like so. It's stupid. It makes Peter Parker sound like he's about to drink bath water. It's stupid.
Where are you gonna go?
To set things right. Your way.
Just say a little prayer, get your money, man. Life goes on.
I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it...
Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream. Shaboom. Life could be a dream.
Overall, I'd say Spider-Man 2 is a good game, but it just has a few flaws, especially when it comes to the story.
Hey, the hell's going on out there? You tell me to shush.
And I know there's a few topics I didn't talk about, like how the devs forgot Miles was Puerto Rican, but they put a Cuban flag in his house, or how a bunch of people started cyberbullying one of the writers, which I just want to say real quick, I do not support in any way. Like, it's kind of psychotic to attack someone because they changed a character model, and if we're being completely honest, the people I've seen talking about her appearance are throwing stones in a glass house. But enough of that stuff. The game is amazing, and I'd say the game's only negatives were an average story, lack of good side quest, and it's pretty short. So do I think it's worth $70? Not really. It's very close, but if you're not a super die-hard Spider-Man fan, then you should definitely wait for a deal, like somewhere around $50, I'd say. So with that, I am giving Spider-Man 2 a solid 7 out of 10 with a pinch of reprodual.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he...
Was that the bite of 87?